We are living in the stupidest fucking timeline imaginable. A timeline where people will get pissed off at you over anything anime related, such as you saying that you would mating press this character right here. We are living in the strangest timeline in human history. One where people will sit over here and talk shit about you online over anime characters, start shit with you over anime characters and other types of fictional content, and get in their feelings over it just because in their mind they think that this icky, disgusting thing to them is something that should be outlawed and banned, all because it hurts their fucking fees and they have to morally grandstand and gain brownie points over it. We are living in the most moronic, troglodyte filled timeline imaginable. Well, people will come to your videos and say shit like this, all because you tell them that you're a person that is into fictional characters and you label yourself a lolicon. Hey, so admitting you're a lolicon out the blue isn't really something to be proud of. I genuinely hope you get help over this. And this person is actually the one who needs to be checked into a fucking psychiatric ward for even bothering to leave a comment like this, all because of fictional characters. We're living in the most retarded timeline imaginable. And if that upsets anyone, well, guess what? That means that I'm right. If this makes anybody mad, well, guess what? It means I'm right. Because guess what? You're a fucking moron for being this way. You're a fucking retard for acting this way. And I am not ashamed of saying it, okay? I'm tired of pretending that saying when someone is a retard is a bad thing. Because it's not. When I call you a retard, I'm not offending someone who's actually slow or is autistic or whatever, okay? No. I'm simply stating that you're so beyond fucking being an idiot that there is no other word to describe you for being this stupid except a retard. And if that upsets anyone, then guess what? I'm right. We're living in the worst timeline imaginable where we have people like this who say things like, you think laws that halt making or sharing animated child porn, yes, someone is actually using the term animated child porn to describe shit like lolicon. Stupid and just quote unquote Canadian? Wow, bro. Great job putting yourself in public. Whoa. Except that this is the fucking internet. And even if I was out in public, I would still say this shit and not give a fuck about it. Because guess what? What can you do about it? Exactly. You can't do anything about it at all. Then you say you watch Lolly and brag about having 3K subs. Wow, let's make you famous. Guess what, buddy? Fame is so fucking stupid, okay? I don't give a shit about being famous. Being famous sucks ass for 90% of the people out there that have made it big. You want a famous example? Well, let's just ask Eminem himself. Had to unsub after hearing you're a lolicon gang. Nah, I'm out. Who knows what the fuck this person meant right here, but thank God, bye. It's great. Okay? If any of you don't like the fact of that you're subscribed to someone who is a lolicon, myself, and is a commentary channel, the black sheep of them all, then feel free to unsubscribe and dislike the video, do whatever, make 1,000 exposed videos. Oh my god, this guy is a quote unquote pedo over anime drawings and all this other type of shit, and talk about how, I've had a downfall or something like that moron Mythical did. We are living in the most brain dead NPC timeline. A brain dead NPC like you could never understand. You just repeat what society tells you. This is from a game and it accurately reflects the world of today. Because there are so many people out here that are just NPC troggies who just repeat everything that someone else says and they peddle this dumbass belief. Why? All for internet brownie points, or clout as they like to call it, which is just another word of saying fame and attention. We are living in a timeline where big creators that used to actually make meaningful and good informative content like some ordinary gamers, is now throwing their own friends under the bus all over anime drawings. Why? For clout and fucking attention. I don't give a fuck what Mudahar or anyone else says. We know why you did this. You did it for clout and attention, and so you can remain with the little dumbass commentary posse that morally grandstands over anime shit like Lolicon. We're living in the worst timeline imaginable, where people are out here actually defending someone who can't even defend himself properly when he has sexual assault allegations against him from his girlfriend. And they're both known as being liars, but one of them can't even disprove anything the other has said, and has a fan base like this. Tectone could be proven without a shadow of a doubt to have raped his girlfriend, and he would still be infinitely more likable than any of you people. He's talking about the lolicons, by the way, as you can see right here, because someone quoted saying, lolicons live in Tectone's head rent-free. It is so funny, because guess what Tectone did? Instead of addressing the actual sexual assault allegations his girlfriend proclaimed against him, instead of doing it for like 10 seconds on a dumbass stream again, where he's playing another fucking shit tier gotcha game, he instead took the time to bitch about lolicons and bitch about Rep Says Desu in his content. That's what he did, instead of actually, addressing the shit that's against him.
Relevant context you need to know before we get into the video. Of course, there are some re-uploads that we're going to look at today.
Okay.
So this says, Nux goes...
So I'll be real. The moment the lolicon community gets involved, and I hate even referring to them as this, but I will say the lolicon community is some of the most manipulative people on the internet. And the reason why is because they're sick, and they're sick in the head. What they do is they try very desperately to make everybody else be at their level because they don't want to accept that they're sick in the head. So the moment anything involving child anime characters comes up, things starts getting really weird. I was in the grocery store yesterday, and I was in HEB, and I'll be real, I'm at the point where I don't even want to talk about it anymore. They won. They beat me. They did. They absolutely did. It is so insane, and it is just simply not worth the headache, because these people will go through 5 years, 6 years of your content and find any clip and attempt to twist it in whatever way to make it seem like, yeah, this guy likes anime kids too. It'll be completely disingenuous, but the community doesn't care. So the moment this community gets involved, I go into hyper-analysis mode. I take everything with a grain of salt, and I really try to get to the bottom of things. And that's what we're going to do here today.
Extreme anti-lolly to cater. Rebecca from Cyberpunk. She's in her 20s. She is unequivocally a lolly. No one can question that. That is literally what she is. Even Studio Trigger, one of the most legendary and...
Nah, she ain't. Tectone coping. How in the fuck no? The studio themselves said it? Oh, that's crazy. The studio's wrong. She's just small. That's way different, bro. That's way different. Let's not do this whole short equals child thing. She's presented as an adult. She has an adult personality. She has an adult body. She's a little bit short. So my roommate, Anna, the 4'8" dwarf, is she a lolly? Hell no. It says she's 20 years old. Exactly.
Anime studios out there categorizes her as that term. This is not a debate. Unfortunately, like I said,
lolly is not child. Brother, you understand that lolly quite literally means female child. It never meant child in Japanese. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Hey, I admit that I'm wrong. I totally thought that's what it meant. Okay, great. I always thought that lolly meant like female girl child. And I always thought Shota meant male child. Great. Misunderstood. That being said, if someone says they like lollies, that still just screams red flag to me.
Said Twitter has spread so much misinformation that this very...
And you know what else that he did? The lolicon community needs to understand that the people that like the image on the left are not the same as the people who like the image on the right. Yeah, because guess what? One of those characters is fucking 15 and the other one is 3,000. And nobody even really uses the fucking 3,000 argument when it comes to lolly because it's fucking stupid. Who cares? It's a fucking anime character, both of them. But you're over here trying to use the excuse, well, she looks, she looks really mature for her age, even though this anime character on the left with the big boobs is 15 years old. And yes, I do mean she actually is 15 years old. If you don't know who the fuck that is, that's Stella Vermilion from Rakudai no Kishi, aka Chivalry of the Failed Knight. One of my favorite shows in the last decade that doesn't have a season 2 yet. And then he's getting cooked over it from an account who posted the fact that I've already talked about and so many others have already talked about, how Tectone followed a lolly artist who did nothing but post 99% lolly porn. And then he goes, yeah, their Kohaku was hot, which is what I followed him for. This ain't the duck you think it is, little pup, but keep grasping at straws. And he got community noted over it and cooked in the replies. As you can see, 87 replies in the community note saying, OP argues it's okay, she's 27 years old, implying that age matters for fictional characters. However, by this logic, OP would be engaging in pedophilic behavior, as they posted sexual art of Stella Vermilion from Chivalry of a Failed Knight, who was canonically only 15 years old.
This dude, right, this guy, anti-SM, right? This dude post about my shit constantly. No idea who this is, by the way. No idea. Auntie, I want to say, bro, thank you so fucking much. Legit. Thank you so fucking much. And I mean this tremendously. Thank you, bro. Because you make me so much more relevant on Twitter. It's crazy. Every single time my numbers start getting a little bit low, I put out a quick little lolly rage bait post. Everybody takes it. Everybody talks about it. 16,000 likes, 18,000 likes, and then all of my posts start to get more traction. It's nuts. Like I'd be breaking like 1K on every post after y'all talk about me, man. Like I'm so down in the dirt, I'm liking my own tweets. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for having the most mentally ill community that's been getting baited by me for over 4 years. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, dog. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, man. Thank you, bro. And I want to remind you guys, this anti guy is doing this shit for $0. Not gonna lie, bro, you got community noted, it's over. And you know what that community note did? Drive more people to my Twitter profile to check out the tweet, to ensure that tweet got more views. I don't care. I don't care. Right? This is and always will be my stance on talking about lolicons on Twitter. Yep.
We are living in the dumbest fucking timeline imaginable, where people will do anything for the biggest inklage drop of fucking clout nowadays, okay? We're living in that timeline where you can just say lolly is pedophilia and then get over 300 quintillion likes, more likes than there is people that were born on this planet and will probably ever be born. We live in a timeline where people will just come out of nowhere and say this to you over anime drawings. Pedophile ass people need to get y'all ass beat up IRL. Yeah, I hope you get your ass beat when someone finds out who you really are. I'm betting on it. And you don't have balls to kill anybody. You can't even socialize with fucking people in your own family and planet. We're living in the timeline where motherfuckers will try to gaslight you into thinking that you're a pedophile over fictional characters. We're living in a timeline where people are treating fictional characters like real people and real people like they're the fictional characters. Before we get into Mudahar's fuck-ass apology video, I want to talk about something real quick regarding the commentary community and commentary channels in general. I am so fucking tired of these commentary channels that go out of their way to act like Leafy or Birdman clones, and then they go out of their way to morally grandstand over the smallest shit, especially when it comes to anything anime related, and they gotta always paint anime fans as degenerates and all this other stupid crap. and talk about how, ooh, the only anime that I ever really watch is something like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. And no, that's not a fucking exaggeration. And you want proof of this? Well, guess what? Nicholas Diorio himself even said the same thing on his live stream where he was talking about Mudahar and the Nutaku situation. If you don't believe that all these dumbass commentary channels are literally just fucking drones that keep coming out of nowhere with the same basic programming and the same commands inside of their brain. Anime fans are weirdo degenerates. Anime fans are pedophiles. Lolicons are weirdo degenerates. Lolicons are pedophiles. Shotacons are weird degenerates. Shotacons are pedophiles. Anime is disgusting and icky. Anime is for pedophiles. Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and Bleach are the only good things because they're shonen slop and all they do is show big action scenes and yada 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 and this and that. Oh my god, let's just hear Goku and them scream for fucking 30 minutes straight. And that's not even really what Dragon Ball and Naruto and Bleach is like. Don't worry. I've already seen those shows, and Bleach is one of my favorite anime ever. Okay, and I love Dragon Ball as well. So no, this isn't me dissing on those shows. This is just me talking about how these idiots always describe these shows and why they like them so much. When even I know that there's so much more than just fucking shonen slop. They're not slop at all. There's shonen slop out there, but they're not. But they've ruined the fucking Dragon Ball and the Naruto image so much that most of the time whenever you see these profile pictures online, you can already assume what these people are like. I am so fucking tired of these dumb ass people online and these dumb ass commentary channels that keep just going out of their way. These idiotic troglodyte normies that all they do is peddle this belief that anime is for weirdo degenerate creep loser pedos, you know, like those fucking stupid ass Tom Dark thumbnails. I'm so tired of these big ass commentary channels like Nicholas Diorio, fucking Chud Logic, and all these other ones that are small but keep getting thousands upon thousands of views, all because all they do is they just type into the title, anime fans and lolicons are pedophiles, and then they sit there and they rant for like 6 to 7 to 10 minutes. Anime fans are pedophiles. Give me likes and subscribe. Anyway, peace out, guys. You know, go watch Dragon Ball Z and play a real video game like Call of Duty 2028. I am sick and tired of all this morally grandstanding bullshit all the time online. I'm sick and tired of these hypocritical idiots who keep getting caught either A, looking at Lolicon themselves and then going out of their way to say, oh, well, I'm just critically consuming what I think is CP and what I think is pedophilic material, and I'm allowed to do that. Oh, well, I'm just critically consuming this anime that I think has pedophilic stuff in it. You know, I'm just critically consuming it, like their dumbass argument would ever work in court if this stuff really did have pedo shit in it. I'm so sick and tired of these hypocritical morons who are just looking for clout and easy fame and attention online and get tens of thousands of followers or botted likes, all because all they do is just tweet out Lolicon is pedophilia, and then they get 100,000 likes, and then once they get community noted and get backlash from people who actually have brain cells in their head and can actually use them properly because they know how to function without being a brain dead NPC, they go, oh man, well all you guys are doing, you're just harassing and targeting me. There's nothing wrong with me calling you guys pedophiles. There's nothing wrong with me wishing you guys got killed. There's nothing wrong with me wishing you guys got doxxed because you guys are pedophiles for liking anime drawings and shit. You know what I think we need to do? I think we need to create more channels like mine, like Rev Says Desu, and like a few others out there that are so small in numbers that all they do is we call out these idiots and we expose them for the dumbass hypocrites that they are, like we do on Twitter. Because we've already practically taken over Twitter and have gotten these idiots to move to that stupid ass censorship happy site called Blue Sky, where all they do is bitch over there and they get rid of anime stuff as well. That's what we need to do. We need to have more content creators that push back against these dumbass commentary creators who just morally grandstand all the darn time. That's what we need to do. We need to start having a voice on platforms like YouTube or even Twitch, and more voices on Twitter, even though we have enough of a voice over there, and we've even gotten folks like us into the community notes team. Now then, without further ado, because I've been putting this stupid video off for long, let's get into the Mudahar situation. So, as most of you already know, Mudahar, aka Some Ordinary Gamers, is a channel with 3.84 million subscribers and used to have 3.87 million until his video on Nuxtaku. He is someone who threw his friend Nuxtaku under the bus. Yes, I say friend instead of old friend because these two apparently made up and Mudahar apologized to Nuxtaku. And not only that, just 2 days ago, he even took down his community post on YouTube regarding Nuxtaku and how he couldn't be friends with him anymore after the stuff that happened. Whoa, how he do that? It's almost like all of this shit was just for clout and attention.
So anyway, I'm gonna try to do my best to do a TLDR here of the story. So I did speak to Mudahar just now for like 2 hours, and basically we talked things out to a large degree. But I'm gonna do like the TLDR whole story here. First and foremost, if you're here just for like the Cliff's Notes answer, Muda apologized. We are still friends. That's the Cliff Notes answer. It was a pretty sucky moment there.
Well, wrap it up. I have no opinions. I have no feel. No, of course I do. Okay, yeah. Anyways, chat. After the TLDR, now we're going into story mode. We're going into novel mode. So what hasn't been touched on is literally when the hit piece came out, I fucking flooded the shit out of his DMs.
Dog, not just you. I got a lot of DMs.
Like,
so anyway, let me put some perspective on this whole thing, okay? Because the last thing I want is this video to send Muda any hate either, okay? I don't want any hate to come from here at all. Listen, I love me some chaos now and again, but it was a pretty rough moment there for a minute. You know, Muda's one of my best friends, so that's pretty fucking crazy that this went down.
With friends like that, who needs enemies?
Shut up! Okay.
Dude, I have my work cut out for me. Shit, dude. How am I supposed to be more evil? What?
So basically, Mudahar has been getting an incredible amount of hate as of late for associating with me. Now, I used to do these videos back in the day where we would all get into a call together like 3-4 years ago. And we would all get, and we would literally shitpost on the internet. Like we would make fun of hentai and stuff like that. And I just want to make this clear. Before my videos, there was something of fate and myth. You may have even heard of it, Hermes. It was called Boku no Pico. Are you familiar?
Maybe.
So Boku no Pico was trending everywhere because PewDiePie fucking reacted to Boku no Pico. His video's still up and has 14 million views. Like everyone and their mother reacted to Boku no Pico. Now Boku no Pico is it's
wholesome
lolly porn to
family.
the extreme. It's literally a whole family affair because it's a whole family that's having sex with children in this fucking show. It is a nightmare. Like Boku no
I probably
Pico.
don't actually know it.
Yeah,
I was probably playing video games at the time.
Like, but the thing is, everyone reacted to it. I never reacted to it. Like, somehow, that was too weird for me. Okay? Looking back, I don't know how that happened. Because I was making some pretty wild content back then. But for some reason,
the irony.
Everyone reacted to Boku no Pico. Right? PewDiePie, everyone.
Anyways, as we already know, he threw his friend Nuxtaku under the bus in his latest video, and we're going to be covering certain parts of it, and trust me, it's just as stupid as you probably think it is, maybe even a little more. Now, why did Mudahar throw his friend Nuxtaku under the bus? All because Nuxtaku showed him and he showed Oompaville all that darn anime stuff and the lolly hentai and stuff from that video that got exposed by Nick Andros that Nuxtaku made a few years back where he showed a bunch of YouTubers some cultured anime, aka hentai, and he showed Mudahar and Oompaville lolly stuff, like I covered in my last video on Mudahar, where Nuxtaku showed Mudahar that lolly incest anime, but he didn't show him the sexual parts. The crazy thing about it though is that in this video, Mudahar doesn't even cover that. In fact, he tries to gloss over it as much as he can and instead talks about a different hentai, which is also an incest hentai as well, but doesn't have lolly in it, called Knee Summer, and a few other stuff regarding Nuxtaku, and also how he talked about that he's been slowly distancing himself away from Nuxtaku because of everything that happened, and that there was already some small issues going on, and then he goes on to talk about his podcast and why it broke up.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today we've got a pretty serious video to make. Throughout my career, people make mistakes and there's accountability to be taken, and I am not shy to taking real accountability to actual mistakes. Now the thing about this is, obviously I can upload these kind of videos onto secondary platforms, but I really think for full effect I should always upload to the main platform and really talk to you guys in a full level-headed way. Now, I have a Reddit board known as Some Ordinary Gamers, and you can post whatever memes and things you want all day, every day. But one of the clips that I saw, one of the things shared, was resurfaced video of Oompaville, Some Ordinary Gamers, and Nuxtaku watching Loli together on a Discord call. So when I see this kind of stuff, it blows me, and obviously it flashbangs anybody, and I want to definitely have a talk about it and really explain to you exactly what this is, what it's about, give you my side of the perspective, and again, take accountability where accountability needs to be fucking taken. Now, I've had a pretty hardcore stance against things like lolly, and obviously I don't want to be contributing to watching that kind of content or normalizing it in any fashion. So in this situation, obviously I looked at some of these clips and I want to explain what's happening and completely condemn it too, because as somebody that is 1000% against this kind of stuff, I don't want to be, again, normalizing it in any capacity. Now, for people who don't know, Oompaville and Nuxtaku were former members of the Some Ordinary podcast, which obviously ended 3 to 4 months ago. Now, I get to talk about that a little bit after I discuss all of this, because there's some lore about it that I can finally really discuss. And it should shed to light exactly what really happened with the podcast, because it's pretty independent of this. But to go back to it, Nuxtaku is a former collaborator, a former friend of mine, and I mean really a former friend of mine, because some of the stuff that I've seen over here is disgusting enough that I really can't continue a friendship, and I really can't, again, excuse some of my behavior watching some of this content as well. So this video that was uploaded with, again, Nuxtaku as Jeffrey Epstein and me as, I assume, Ghislaine Maxwell over here, Mudahar Nunt, right? So obviously in this clip, or in this video, there is a pretty big clip of me, Nuxtaku, and Quite, and Caleb basically watching and reviewing hentai together. Now, while all three of us were present in this video, this is a section from me, right? Now, obviously, these videos, according to how this video is played, was uploaded on YouTube. Now, for full context, when it comes to recording stuff, this was 3 years ago, so I don't remember everything done onto it. I don't think anybody can remember something they did 3 years ago, especially when you make videos nearly every day. But in this collaboration, Nux doesn't really give any preparation material. We kind of just jump in and record stuff and then send it over to his editors or himself over Discord. But in this situation, he showed us a channel known as Henty Boy, right? Which again, this is a video known as Hentai Thick Girl, very unknown, very small viewership, but as you can see right over here, right, this was all uploaded to YouTube. And even when you look at the upload date for this, August 2020, around Nux's actual video, which would have been uploaded like January of, or the end of January of like 2021, the channel pretty much remained dormant over here. But it was pretty much an unknown channel that slipped under YouTube's moderation. I don't even think that channel exists anymore, because with the amount of attention raised through Nux's initial video, it probably is completely removed and has actually been banned off of the platform. And again, when I was working with Nux, a lot of the things we did talk about was being anti-loli in that situation. And Nux very much made it clear to me that he was anti this stuff as well too, and he still maintains it to this day. But the kind of stuff that he showed us was anime ni summer. Now, inside the video, inside Nux's presentation, it kind of came off as like just a cursed little hentai. And the reality of it is, I never really watched his collaboration. But if you take the name that Ni Summer has had and put it into my anime list, which I realistically should have done at the time, you can see the synopsis is Yuta Yamayuchi is a average high school student, right? So right there, I'm not going to play the whole semantics, oh, is this really loli game? Like, I don't even care if somebody is like 18 or on the cusp of like turning 19. At the end of the day, high school can very much involve a minor. And when you scroll down and go to the information, it is a OVA by a studio known as Rabbitgate with no licensors, but the genre is in fact hentai. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if it's hentai and it involves high school people, it does in fact fall under the loli banner, and that is never okay in any capacity.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Now, obviously, these videos existing on YouTube kind of, again, led us to some credence that maybe it wasn't, you know, this, like, borderline illicit material. But again, these were also smaller YouTube channels, so chances are they probably weren't swept up under the YouTube moderation, which is something that also should have really been considered from my end. It should have been something that I never watched in the first place. I should have never, you know, condoned. And honestly, it's pretty shitty to even contribute to somewhat normalizing this material. When there's a lot of large creators that work with a person, you know, you tend to have this level of, like, authority brought into it. And there is obviously a blind spot when this is somebody that you consider to be a friend at the time, And obviously, when you work with that person and you see other large creators that you're also friends with work with that person, it just, again, swells up that blind spot that you make. But again, no real excuses over there. You shouldn't really have a blind spot in the first place. And again, it's not only me being a poor judge of character, but I should have absolutely have spotted this years ago. So for that, I absolutely own up to my fuck up here. But again, I don't think this is literally us gooning together watching Loli in this manner. This is a collaboration where it happens pretty much on the fly, and it's not, representative of the kind of shit that I consume on a daily basis or anything of that nature. Like, I would never willingly and honestly, watch something like this, out of nowhere. This is just insane, and I wanted to really bring this up and bring this into the context of what this clip was and why we had watched this kind of stuff. And any jokes that I make in these situations, really any jokes that anybody makes in collaborations like this, is usually because everyone's just playing into the high shock factor of something like this. Does that excuse any behavior? Absolutely not.
And then for you to sit here and get cooked on your own video, and the dislikes weren't even too high. Sure, the dislikes were getting close to being, I would say, about 25% of the actual likes on your video, which still isn't a good thing, because you were sitting at about 7 to 8k likes, and the dislikes were slowly rising up, and people were calling you out on your bullshit more than they were agreeing with you in your own comments. So what did you do, Mudahar? You took the darn video down because you realized what you were saying was stupid, and people were calling you out, and rightfully so, for throwing your friend under the bus over anime drawings. This is a good thing if you ask me. This is one of those rare times where I see a big creator who shouldn't even be delving into this type of stuff and says that he doesn't watch anime in the first place. Go figure, like so many of these anti-Loli morons don't. I don't even think you watch Dragon Ball Z like most of these darn morons do. But as I was saying, you were getting cooked by your own subscribers and stuff in your own comment section, wondering why the hell you made this video and why you were throwing someone under the bus over anime drawings.
Now, Shadman is a pretty infamous creator that I have very much condemned. This is somebody that has drawn actual Lolicon material of real individuals, real children, one of those children being Keemstar's kid, and has basically been an open degenerate in the community.
Now, this is the part right here where I believe Mudahar turned into a full-blown retarded fucking troglodyte, because for anyone to go out of their way and consider a real child a fucking lolly, and then for you to also go out of your way and say that actual child porn is just actual lolicon and just actual lolly material, is the most bumblefuckingly retarded shit that I've ever heard. Nobody should ever say that. Nobody should ever fucking come up with that. That is not the case at all. For you to sit here and call real children being exploited actual lolicon material is just the most retarded thing that I don't think even an auntie could ever fucking come up with. But who knows? Because I would actually just consider you a full-blown fucking auntie at this point, because you've already said that you're pretty anti-lolly or anti-anything like it. But so I guess you could say you gotta be the only auntie I know of who could come up with something so moronic as calling actual fucking child porn actual lolly. And this is after discussing a few parts about the whole Shadman situation and how a bunch of people used to follow and like this fucking freak's artwork who's a goddamn pedophile and stuff, and some of them seem like they didn't know it, because this was before, if I'm not mistaken, the whole thing where he got exposed for drawing artwork of Keemstar's daughter, and also drawing artwork of X-23, the actual actor who played X-23 in the Logan movie. Regarding the last video about Nux, while I can't be a friend after some of the recent things that surfaced, I do feel I did an overreaction that stemmed from being emotional on the reaction from the community on Reddit. I've been watching my content for the past few weeks. I have realized my channel has slipped into a slop channel. I have made more drama related content over the last several months than I have fun, engaging, and informative content. That includes producing videos that don't release daily. I need to take more time and release content a couple times a week that stands in quality and not quantity. Yeah, I agree actually. I've been watching your channel for years already, Mudahar, and honestly, I've been slowly distancing myself from your content because, some of the stuff just doesn't, it just hasn't been that up to standards with me, and it's not stuff that I subscribe to your channel for. I mostly miss when you was doing the deep web browsing videos and virus investigations, and also a little bit of the haunted gaming and EXE videos, when you're passionately talking about video games like Metal Gear Solid and stuff, instead of following in the darn helm of all these other channels that slowly turn into commentary channels and get involved in drama and talk about all these unnecessary and unrelated topics and news related things. I don't do this for a job, so honestly, going out of my way to constantly chase trends has done nothing beneficial for me other than alienate my most hardcore fans. I need to take a few days off and reset and produce better content that isn't the latest trends or internet drama. While that produces a good view count, it's not the kind of content I want to be known for. I'll be back with content that I'm proud of. In regards to past collaborations, all I can do is apologize and promise to do better. Well, really, all you really need to do is just apologize to the person that you threw under the bus, which you've already done, and you guys are also friends again, so it just makes me question what the fuck was even the point of this entire situation. You almost threw your entire career under the bus and ruined all the good faith that you build up with your own viewers, all because of some fucking anime drawings and because you're trying to get in good standings with people like Nicholas Diorio and other commentary channels around here who do nothing but feed off of drama and morally grandstand and don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to anything anime related, and half the own topics that they cover on their own channel.
So basically, Mutahar just looks like Alan said earlier. He just looks like a totally inconsistent liar then. He looks like a flip-flopping retard liar to everyone. Fucking hell, dude. This is insane. He looks totally insane here. What other interpretation is there of Mutahar's actions?
Pretty sucky moment there.
Well, wrap it up. I have no opinions. I have no feel. No, of course I do. Okay, yeah. Anyways, chat, after the TLDR, now we're going into story mode. We're going into novel mode. So what hasn't been touched on is literally when the hit piece came out, I fucking flooded the shit out of his DMs.
Dog, I
don't care what this fucking whore was doing. Why do I care what this dumb whore was doing? I don't even know who this fucking bitch is. Why? Dude, this is... Bro. Okay. This is totally irrelevant to the matter at hand. Why do we care about this? We don't even know you are, bitch.
Not just you. I got a lot of DMs. So anyway,
you know, as much as I don't like Nux Taku because of the shit that he said about, you know, Lolly and Lolicons and Reps as Desu as well, and how he tried to frame him in his thumbnail as some kind of creep who was into kids and stuff, I at least gotta give him some props right here for this. Just a little small bit of props. Okay, not too much. We're not giving Nux Taku too much darn credit, but I'm gonna give him something, because even when he was being thrown under the bus by someone he considered a close friend, he still decided to defend him from false pedo allegations against another stupid ass creator. Also, one more thing before I end the video off. I noticed something about all these commentary channels and just folks in general who constantly bitch about anime and Lolicon. Have y'all noticed something in common with them all? Well, take a look here. This is what Nicholas Diorio looks like. This is Chud Logic right here. This is fucking Turkey Tom. This is Griffin Gaming. Have y'all noticed something in common? That they all seem to look like they're the actual fucking predators their darn self. Or that they're big ol' 300-pound fucking wildebeest. I don't even know what else to say, man. These are the same people that are constantly slandering others and call them degenerate freaks, losers, creeps, and pedos over drawings. But this is what they look like. But they like to make fun of other people's appearances and call them predators, when they look like they're the ones who shouldn't be within fucking 3 feet of any school. I wouldn't even be surprised if Mythical or Brother Near 2.0 look like any of this right here. Anyways, with that being said, you know what? I'm done. Fuck it. I'm out. I hope y'all had a great Christmas, by the way.
Bye.